Welcome to Popcorn to Go, a podcast by the Popcorn in Bed sisters. I'm Cassie.
And I'm Carly, and we're here as your below average movie experts to talk about some things movies, pop culture, all things life, daily thoughts, and more.
So grab your popcorn and come hang out with us.
Hello, everyone. All right, we are back with the Popcorn Sisters on Popcorn to Go. Hopefully your new favorite podcast. Okay, so today we are going to talk about everything and all things X-Men.
X-Men.
We just finished our journey through X-Men, including like Logan and Wolverine and the newest and most recent Deadpool and Wolverine. So we have like really closed our X-Men journey, and now we're just here to share a few extra thoughts. Okay, we haven't.
Just FYI, we are going to watch one more called Dark Phoenix. And
well, this seems anticlimactic. Just kidding.
No, it's kind of like on the side, I guess, like of the X-Men original movies. I don't know. But some people were like, don't watch it at all. But then there are some people that are really want us to watch Dark Phoenix, which is Sophie Turner, Joe Jonas's wife. Remember, she played young Jean Grey. So it kind of finishes out that story, I think.
Gotcha.
So we do have one more, but it's kind of like I said, it's like a little detour.
Okay. That's great. We love the X-Men. So we'll put one more in there. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So this is funny because obviously a lot of the X-Men have been out. The movies have been out forever, right? And so people have a lot of really strong opinions. And we kind of got to, watch them in chronological order, a little bit more back to back. And so, we're going to talk about our favorite ones and our least favorite.
We're going to rank them.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to talk about our least favorite and favorite of the X-Men franchise journey, all of the above. Although we are excluding the Deadpools, and we can talk about those too, but we're just going to count those as separate from our X-Men journey because it's hard to weave those in, even though they're like kind of part of it, but they're kind of separate, so take that with a grain of salt. Okay.
And all right, just remember, we're ranking by following our hearts, not necessarily the best director or the best cinematic camera.
Yeah, we will. I mean, we call ourselves out in the intro, like we are below average movie experts. So this is what entertained us or probably had a happy ending if you know us well. Yeah, exactly. So good call, Cassie.
Okay,
good
so
practice.
My worst one, and this is hard because I feel bad putting anything in last place, but my least favorite was X-Men 3, The Last Stand. This is the one where they found the cure for... You're making a face. Is this going to be your number one?
No, it's my least favorite too. I was just shocked. We didn't talk about this before, clearly.
No.
And that was my least favorite. So...
Okay, so this is where they found the cure.
Jean was bad. She was really, really bad.
Yes.
And evil.
And... there was an incident. Yeah. So this is not going to be a spoiler-free podcast as we talk about these X-Men, just FYI. But you're most likely, if you're listening to this, you're not behind 20 years in movies like we were. So, okay. So they killed Professor X in this one, in Bobby's house, in just into shreds. So that hurt. And the whole bridge moving, but I don't know. I didn't feel the connection to the characters like I did in most of the other ones.
There was like so many bad people and this like army of angry mutants and just, that was my least favorite too.
Interesting. I can't believe out of 12, but 13 that both of ours had. Wow. Did you have another least favorite?
I think actually X-Men 2. Which I can't remember the like name of it other than X2. X-Men United.
That was
funny because like
that's my number 2 out of all time.
Sorry, I don't mean to, what do they call it? Like, yuck your yum or whatever. Anyways, it's funny because I was like looking back at it and I'm like, at first I thought I really liked that one, but then compared to some of the others, I'm like, I don't think I liked it as much.
Yeah. So, okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's
so
fine.
Sorry.
I'm not even mad.
Okay, but what's your second least favorite? So help me if it's my favorite. I swear.
It was X-Men Apocalypse.
I feel kind of like look at them to make sure it's jogging my memory. Oh, yes.
The one with the like all powerful like Egyptian guy that they raised up, and I didn't hate it by any means. All hope
was lost because like he was 0% defeatable.
Yeah, I didn't hate it by any means, but if we're ranking him, it just kind of goes towards the bottom. I just don't think he should have, as a villain, been incredibly like a Thanos character almost, but he just didn't have that like pizzazz for me. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that
Carly,
very much.
Do you know that the guy who played that, like, can you picture him? Can you picture what Apocalypse looks like? Mm-hmm. That's Oscar Isaac, aka the hot dad from Dune, aka Poe from Star Wars, aka I don't know. He's in everything. That's him.
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts?
Wow, he really crushes the sci-fi world.
Yeah, he does.
For some reason, that one felt more sci-fi-y too. So it's just like funny.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, well, now that you bring that one up, I didn't love that one as much either. So I might slide that in as my second least favorite, but I'm sorry, Cass, I'd still probably put X-Men 2 in my least favorite pile. But remember,
do you remember X-Men
I liked
2?
them. Yeah, but remember, I liked them all. And so even saying they're my least favorite, I still liked it a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
But there's just others that I liked a lot more.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. What are...
Should we go to our favorites now?
Yeah, are we doing top 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except I kind of cheated and I have a tie for number 1.
So then do you only get to go... Okay, but then you can still only name 3.
No, I still get them all.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
They just can't be choosers.
I'm not... Okay, so we have essentially 2 casts in the X-Men franchise, right? Like the younger cast of their past, of them when they were younger, right? Our Professor X, our Magneto as James McAvoy, and what's his nuts?
The other guy? Oh, yeah, we got it.
No, I need to remember his name.
Oh, okay. You need to remember.
He's very famous and he kills it as Magneto.
Yes.
It is Michael Fassbender. Sheesh.
Michael Fassbender. That's what I was thinking too.
So, and then we have the original, like this future or present cast. And so I feel like I got one of each because, so my favorite of the younger cast and tied for first, my favorite of all time was Days of Future Past. If you remember this one, it's with the Sentinels.
It's when they send Wolverine back, right?
They send Wolverine back.
Okay.
It was something totally new, as in like different than the first 3 X-Men. It was
we were not expecting like timeline journeys going into this X-Men universe as well.
And I guess it does combine both of the cast because we have them in the past. And I like how Magneto and Professor X like had to come together. Good and evil and mutants had to come together to like fight these like
always
Sentinels.
Just wanted Magneto to be good.
I know. Always. And we just kept rooting for him. And I still would root for him. You know, he's
Same with Charles, you know?
I know. We won't give up on him. So I really liked that one. I loved, we obviously love Wolverine and it was focused, but not entirely focused on him. It was so fun. That one was so fun to watch. And then the other one also tied for first is X2.
Whoopsies.
This is the one with Stryker and, we get introduced to Nightcrawler and like these other kind of side characters.
For some reason, Stryker, I just didn't like Stryker. I think that's what ruined it for me in X-Men 2. Like, I don't know if he was like too evil or too something, but I'm just like, freaking Stryker. Like, too much Stryker.
But like, what do you feel like maybe that is like you love to hate him? Like,
no, I'm like, ugh, Stryker, I'm over you. That's kind of how
but then like he has his son, right, who's a mutant, but he hates mutants. And anyways,
and then he's like torturing his son, and I just like, it was too much.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot, but that was another one I just finished thinking like energized and engaged and loved the story and felt just like a fun ride.
Hey, to each their own, okay? To each their own.
Exactly. Okay, why don't you give us your number one?
Okay, my number one, well, now that you have a tie, I kind of want to tie too, but especially because mine is like a little bit of a branch off. Because I think my number ones are tied between Wolverine. I just like remember ending that movie and I couldn't put my finger on why I loved it so much, but I just really did. Like, I mean, I love Hugh Jackman. I love him as Wolverine. We love Logan.
Okay, so you're talking about the Wolverine, which is him in Japan.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
And there's like all these things, and he's like saving people, and there's like, anyways, there's just a lot to it, but and there's like a little bit of love story in there, and I really loved it. And then my other one is X-Men First Class, which was when we were first introduced to like old school X-Men, and I just loved them. Like, okay, so I loved the first X-Men because you have the whole team and everything, but then like seeing the OG team, and I think I truly do love James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender. Yep, I am looking at those names on IMDb so I get them right. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, I loved them. Like I think I liked the OG versions. Not better because they're both great, but just it was like more entertaining.
More connected to them.
Yes, exactly. I felt more connected. I don't know if it's like relatable because I'm not a mutant, but somehow like more relatable. And so I think that was up there as my favorite.
Okay. That's my second. First Class is
okay.
Is my number two.
Look at us.
Because it's kind of like we've met these characters and then we kind of get their origin stories. And I love a backstory. I loved seeing that. I mean, people make fun of the X-Men timeline because it doesn't exist. It bobs and weaves, you know? Like, oh yeah, and Mystique actually grew up with Charles the whole time. Promise. Like, do you know what I mean?
Totally.
And then you like go back and watch
coming.
those first three. You're like, they never even acknowledge that once. They just like, but
how do they hate each other so much?
Yeah, but I liked seeing that part. And like you said, we just have a huge crush on James McAvoy, but I also have a huge crush on Patrick Stewart, which sounds weird, but it's not. Okay, so. Yeah, First Class was my second choice. Second place.
/ kind of your third. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Just kidding. I did the same thing too, so it's okay. No, I totally get that. Obviously, I concur.
I feel like you are going to get in trouble for your number one pick from, I think generally people did not love the Wolverine. I don't know.
This always happened to me. I swear. I was actually talking about this at work today. That's so funny. But I swear someone told me like, no, you'll like this movie. Like it scored really well at Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, those scores do nothing for me. And they're like, even the audience score? I'm like, that one too, because I swear all of my favorite movies have like the lowest rankings in everything. And I'm like, listen, I am who I am, people, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it. So you can give me a hard time about the Wolverine, and I still stand by it. And you can come at me.
Double down.
Still be nice in the comments, okay? Because we don't need angry people here. But you can say your piece of why you think I'm incorrect, but in a nice way. Anyways. Yeah, I'm mostly just kidding. But I'm okay with it though. I still stand my ground. Okay, so then
double down on that.
My third place, well, my I'm just going to count it as my third because I like tied for first or whatever. But Cass, you can say as many as you want. Is the OG X-Men number 1.
Also my third place.
Okay, fun. Yeah, I love a good team assembling, and I like that. I mean, to me, like when I think of X-Men, I'll think of that movie, right? Like those are the X-Men characters I think of as the superheroes. The team coming together. You see Logan's like hard side, but it's kind of soft side, and they're fighting together, good versus evil, like all your classic things and tropes you want in a superhero team movie. You got them, and I was entertained and engaged. Yeah, and it was really fun.
So this is my third place too, as well. X-Men, the OG original. And I think, like you said, it introduces us to this world. And obviously the comics have been around forever. We did not read the comics. So this was kind of my first introduction to this whole idea of like mutants, and they have these innate powers and everyone's is different. And I think the whole idea of that is so cool. Like what your power could do. And then we get introduced to like Xavier's School for the Gifted, and
we love that
school.
We love it.
It just feels like so safe. And even though it gets attacked in like every movie, I just
literally has a target on its back always. I'm like, shoot, maybe can you make it more of a secret location or something? Because
we need to go underground, people.
Yes.
But, and you know, you see Wolverine start out as this like hardened, he doesn't remember anything, but then he
doesn't care about anyone.
We meet the villain, Magneto, and Ian McKellen as Magneto and Patrick Stewart as Professor X were inspired. And I just love the world building they did in this first one. I was watching our outro to our reaction, and I said in it, like, I was so tired when we started this, but like, as soon as we finished, I was like, I want to watch the next one. So it really got me, obviously you, hooked, and was such a cool introduction to this idea.
Yes, 100% agree with all the things. And this is, I'm going to jump back like 4 conversations just because I had this thought about when I was talking about my favorite one, X-Men First Class. And you know, you just brought up like Magneto and Patrick Stewart and them. And I'm like, I like, because in the first X-Men, they are the caretakers almost, right? Like, even though they're so powerful, like you don't see them as the flashy superheroes, right? Like they're kind of making their teams do that. But I liked that in X-Men First Class, and they jumped back, you got to see their like vibrant selves like in the action more. Yeah. And anyways, that's just bringing our whole conversation full circle of why I liked all the things I liked. And those are my thoughts on the X-Men journey.
So I think the majority, and I don't know this, but judging from comments and views and ratings, I think people think Logan is probably the best X-Men movie made. And so Logan was my 4th. Okay. I'm guessing it's lower for you. No, for the audio, she is shaking her head.
It was a very, very well done movie, and I get why it is beloved. But when it comes to like what I need in a movie to be entertained and like enjoy it, I just needed like a little bit more
hope.
Yeah. And even like, it's like a happy ending, but it's not. I mean, obviously you like see his humanity and like full force come out, but I'm like, but he dies.
Well, everyone, I will never get over them killing that sweet family that invited them over for dinner.
Yes, it was just like
the way that Charles dies in the back of the truck after being stabbed by who he thought was Wolverine, but was some like amped up super soldier Wolverine with bad hair.
I'm like, everything's going wrong, and like there's so much we didn't know, and just Charles is not Charles, and it just it was too hard for me.
I know, but so like it's in this very depressing future, so that part is hard because it almost doesn't erase, but it almost lessens for me like the joy I felt in the original ones. But it was an incredibly well done movie. Hugh Jackman was acting his butt off. Like he does not have to go that hard for Wolverine, and he does every time. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, he delivers 10 out of 10.
She was incredible. One of the best child actors performances I've seen.
Yeah, took the words out of my mouth. Like, I don't know if I can think of a child actress that did as good as a job as her in any movie. Like, it was incredible. Incredible.
Yeah. Even like her action sequences, like, not for 1 second was I taken out and been like, this is a child actor. Like, I wonder what they had to do in this scene to get her to say those lines or whatever. She was just like in it.
Yeah, it was incredible.
So, yeah, that was my number 4. I'm just going to list mine real quick. This is my Cassie PIB final ranking. So after number 4 goes the Wolverine in Japan, then X-Men's Origins Wolverine, which I know some people despise, but I actually had a lot of fun with that one. And even though at the end he gets shot and forgets everything we just saw in the whole movie and it totally screws up the Deadpool timeline, we just forget about it and look at it as just a standalone movie. It's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, his brother was like a little bit too much for me in that one.
Oh, see, that's the part I loved about it.
He was too evil and gross and cringy.
But he was way better than the OG Sabretooth with the terrible eyebrows. Like, at least he had some like heart and like, I liked seeing him and his brother like in the army. Like, I know. But I loved him as Liev Schreiber. Leave.
Yeah, which is funny because I just watched a TV series with him in it, and connecting those two as the same human, I'm like, my mind does not compute.
Yeah. Then it goes down to X-Men Apocalypse and X-Men 3, The Last Stand. So,
okay.
Overall, though, we've had so much fun with the X-Men movies.
Yes.
And
we'll keep this next. Should we just dive into Deadpool really quick and keep it short?
Yeah, because we kind of did give our rankings.
Yes,
on the YouTube channel.
Our reaction to Deadpool versus Wolverine. Yeah, in the end, we do our rankings. But for here, we'll go really quick. Mine is 3, 2, 1. That's not me counting down. That's my order. The third one I liked the best. I feel like it had more like deep meaning to it, and I am a soft soul, and so like I like that had like it was so funny, and I like that it had like so much of the Marvel universe coming together, even though I didn't know all the things, and I'm sorry everyone that I didn't, but that also means it had like a little less crude humor and like some of that stuff which isn't totally my thing, and that's how I felt about the second one. It was like more entertaining and like a little less crude as well, and then the first one to me was just like slashing and crude humor and F words and lots a lot for me.
A little too much. A little too much. I have changed my ranking like 4 times since I've watched number 3 because I keep just going back and forth. I was with you 3, 2, 1, but then I was like, actually, I think 2, 3, 1, and I think that's where I'm at right now. Is number 2 is my favorite. I loved Josh Brolin as Cosmo every time. Cyclops. Nope. I'm
not sure.
Cable. I loved him as Cable. Russell actually worked for me. I know he didn't for some people, but like, it had the best end credit scene.
Yeah. When I think of you watching the Deadpools, that's where I think you should land. I feel like you liked the second the best. Like,
I laughed the most.
You definitely laughed the most.
And also, I feel like what I was missing in number 3, looking back, is I don't think Ryan Reynolds would let Vanessa just drift away from him like that. They were ready to have a baby together. I mean, obviously they went through something super traumatic, like she died and he had to like bring her back to life and travel through time and space. But I wanted, like, they are soulmates. That was like the whole point of Deadpool and Vanessa. Like, he would literally die for her 1,000 million times over. But I get that it was like more an internal battle. It was a him thing. Like he felt like he didn't matter. And he
they get back together in the end.
Yeah. I mean, I would have preferred a hot and steamy makeout where she's like, kiss me like you miss me, Red, you know? But instead we got the hand, which fine, I'll take it. But That was the only thing. I just like wanted more. But like in the montages, we see that he is doing it all for her. But and of course, Hugh Jackman. It was just amazing in it.
Amazing.
He was an angry elf, but he was.
Yes, he was.
He was acting very well.
Yes.
And circling back to our first ever podcast, Carly, his name is Hugh. Glenn Powell is Glenn, and Hugh Jackman is Hugh. Like we talked about names that like don't really work if you don't say the full name.
Yeah, I don't think I could call him Hugh. And when I think of a Hugh, I do not think of Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I think of Hugh as a Borg from Star Trek, but you probably don't. You definitely don't.
No, I've never heard of another Hugh.
Hey, Hugh. I don't know. It's a little weird. I would call him Wolverine probably, or Logan. I would call him Logan.
Or Jackman.
Yeah. Or Mr. P.F. Barnum or F.P. Barnum.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's not totally correct, but I get what you're going with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Barnum. Anyways.
Mr. Barnum.
Yeah, you're spot on. You're spot on, Cassie. That does not
Barnum?
work. It is Hugh Jackman.
Yep.
Funny. Okay, everything comes full circle. Okay, well, speaking of things coming full circle, thanks for listening to our tangents about our X-Men and Deadpool journey. And then before we sign off on this episode, so I'm going to tell them the backstory. So growing up, whenever all of us cousins would get together, like at the end of the day, we're all like sleeping in the same room or something. We would do favorite part of your day. And everyone would go through and we'd do like a cheesy, like 1, 2, 3, good one, insert name of a person who spoke. And it's funny how I actually do this a lot in my life. Like I used to do it with my best friend when we were roommates in college. And sometimes when I was teaching, I used to do it. Anyways. And so we just kind of want to end with our favorite parts of the week. And we might do, or you might refer to it as like your peach and your pit or something. But yeah, just for a little, good news leaving, we're just going to talk about a few things.
Are we doing a thumbs down too?
Yeah.
Peach and pit, peach is the good part, pit's the bad part.
I would vote start with pit so you end on your favorite part.
Absolutely.
You go with happiness. I'm going first?
Yeah, you're going first.
Okay. And it's just going to be from the week recently. My pit was I hurt my knee actually pretty badly, and I had to take a week off to recover, and I did not love that because exercise is very important to my day. So that was my pit.
How'd you hurt your knee?
Playing volleyball, which the volleyball was up there in my highlights. It was really fun, but I banged up my knee. I was actually a little bit nervous, but it recovered well, and we're doing fine now. So all good things.
Surprisingly upbeat.
That's a teaser for an episode coming soon. Okay, Cass, what's your pit?
My pit was the day today was just out to get me. I don't know. I went into Costco, left my van on for an hour and a half, luckily it's fine. It worked out, but I was like, Cassie, doink. And then I'm carrying in my Costco groceries, just a shepherd's pie, which, just seems like a lovely fall entree. And just hit the sidewalk, an entire mashed potato, ground beef explosion on my driveway. Just among other things. It was just, you have those days sometimes where just the littlest things are just like.
Honestly, that was my Tuesday. Yeah, just every little thing. And I'm like, okay, I just skip today.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Peach.
Okay. My peach is, oh my gosh, I actually have a lot right now. I'm coaching volleyball. That's going well. That's so fun. But I think my biggest peach is, I have just been on a bouncing between my TV series that I've been loving and a few books I've been loving. And so, but I watched, The Perfect Couple, which I thought was going to be too scary for me, but turns out it's not. So that was fun. And it was actually kind of too dark for me, but I still really liked it. But then I watched Nobody Wants This, the new one with Adam Brody and Kristen Bell.
Seth Cohen and Veronica Mars.
I just really, really loved it. And anyways, I don't know why it's just been like a highlight for me to have like a show that I loved that was like happy and good. And then I went into this book series called The Bridge Kingdom that I've been like loving too. And I just kind of I've loved having these little things to look forward to. Like, oh, I get to watch an episode, or I get to go listen to my book while I'm driving home. And it's just been so fun and happy. And I just love having little things to look forward to. So that's my peach.
Key to happiness is just always having something to look forward to.
So that's my favorite part of the week.
You and every other millennial is just loving this new show.
How dare you stereotype me like that? Just kidding.
I have not watched it yet. I'm like deep into Halloween movies like every night for the channel. But so I'm saving it. I'm saving it for like a particularly horrifying Halloween movie experience, which will probably happen next week when I watch Saw. And I'm going to just need something very happy after that. And there will be nothing better than the Seth Cohen reconnaissance of Adam Brody coming back. A rom-com TV show. I mean, can't wait.
Okay, well, yes, love that for you for when you watch it. And then what is your favorite part of your life recently? Or just one happy thing going on?
My peach was our wedding anniversary this week. So that is very happy. We pretended it wasn't because we're going to celebrate next week when we have a babysitter and go do a little staycation night away. But it's always happy to celebrate love and yeah, congrats to us. I'm not going to tell you how many years because that will age us, but it's a good one.
So happy. So happy.
Yes.
You guys are great.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We want to hear your thoughts and opinions on your rankings. So in the comments here on Patreon, we want you to rank them.
We also want to hear your favorite parts of your week. And even if you had a really crappy week, I think it's a really good practice to try to find something happy from it. Like every day I write in my little journal, my favorite part of the day. And sometimes I'm like, I really hated today, but this happened. And I think it's a fun little practice. But yeah, find something to smile about.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Cassie and Carly out.
Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed listening, don't forget to subscribe on your favorite platform and leave that beloved 5-star review.
And come join our Patreon for bonus content and to be part of the popcorn community.